Hello, Internet.
What's up?
It's been a while.
Yes.
So, as a special treat, we're going to sit through a almost 3.5 hour long mini-series, Stephen King's It.
From 1990.
Starring Tim Curry.
So excited about that.
Yeah, so I actually, in preparation for this, because we knew with the remake coming out later this week, that we would want to watch this and then the remake. So I read the book. But before I read the book, what I knew was Stephen King, clowns, and Tim Curry stars in an adaptation. And now I know more things, and I'm curious to see how this miniseries destroys those things that I know to be true.
I read half the book, and I hate Stephen King because of it.
Stephen King's therapist just doesn't get paid enough. That was my conclusion at the end of the book. But this particular adaptation is directed by Tommy Lee Wallace. He's also one of the screenwriters, as is Stephen King, so we can blame both of them. And for those of you that don't know who Tommy Lee Wallace is, one of his known for credits on IMDb is Halloween 3. So if you're a horror movie fan, you understand that that means this is most likely crap.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
3.5 hours of crap. Look forward to it.
6.9 out of 10 stars on IMDb. It was actually nominated for a couple of Emmys in 1991 when this came out. One of them was score, and I don't remember what the other one is, but it did actually win for score. So maybe it won't all be crap. I mean, I think this is one of the movies that most people know Tim Curry from, and I mean that or Home Alone. But it's also got some other actors you might recognize. Tim Reed. Most people recognize him as the dad from Sister Sister. If you're our age, that's what you'll know Tim Reed from. Annette O'Toole is in there, and John Ritter is actually in this.
Huh.
So, yes, we are going to watch this now, and what will be hopefully only feel like 3.5 hours for us, but 5 seconds for you. We will be back with our review of the miniseries from 1990-1991 of Stephen King's It. I had to find the remote.
Play. Maybe.
There it goes.
Oh, the graphics already.
It's 1990. The book is actually good if you get all the way through it.
If you could stomach all the way through it. It's like 8.5 pages about what this character had for lunch.
Yeah, there are some long-winded explanations.
I don't care. Just get to the point.
Alright, that's enough of that.
Kill it. Kill it with fire. Oh my god. I think the real horror of this movie was the movie.
It's bad.
I don't even know where to start.
It's slow. It's boring.
It's not scary.
Acting is uneven, but I'm willing to give the actors a break on this because I don't think it's their fault.
No.
I, Georgie, am Pennywise, the dancing clown. You are Georgie. So now we know each other. I gotta go.
Oh, we forgot to do a synopsis in the beginning.
Okay, well, so basically what this boring movie is about is and it takes place in the 60s and the 80s. So in the 60s, it's this group of kids. There's a lot of murders happening in Derry, Maine, the town they live in. Children are disappearing and dying. And the common denominator of all these is Pennywise the Clown, played by Tim Curry.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have Prince Albert in a can? You do? Well, you better let the poor guy out.
And so they fight it, think they kill it, but then make a pact, come back if it comes back. This evil, horrible thing that they think they killed. So yeah, that's what that's about. Except it's boring.
I think overall, like, Stephen King is really good at world building. Like,
Yes.
he's very descriptive, and he's very good at like creating a world where every minute detail is accounted for. He's really good at that.
And backstories for every character. The details are all there. That stuff is great, but it's all missing from this.
But I think this movie is a really good example of
Bad adaptations.
not only bad adaptations, but it's just a bad example of like source material in the wrong hands. Because Stephen King has also, he also wrote The Shining, and in the hands of a literal genius like Stanley Kubrick, amazing movie. Great adaptation of a novel. Also, The Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile, The Mist, all excellent adaptations of his work. But this sucks. This is just bad. And
it's going to be a great punishment for our children someday. When they do something bad, we're going to threaten them with this movie.
I'm going to make you watch it.
Because it's not scary, so I'm not worried about psychologically damaging them. But I think this will bore them enough that it should work as an effective threat to keep them from misbehaving.
Yeah. Screw paint drying. I'm going to make you watch it.
So yeah, I think we're in agreement. Not good, but that's okay. We've done you a public service, internet. We've watched it, so now you don't have to. All right. We will see you next time, internet.
All right. Bye.
Bye.